So I guess let's get the show started. First company that's going to be presenting is called VantEdge. VantEdge makes enterprise AI cheaper, safer, and easier to deploy directly in your cloud. And the individual who's presenting today from VantEdge is Rudy. So Rudy, over to you.
So I'm here presenting from VantEdge today. Enterprises have data that's spread across dozens of systems: ERPs, CRMs, databases, spreadsheets, and AI agents natively are not designed to connect and reason over this data. Even when they do get access, they hallucinate, they write broken queries, return wrong answers, and that's because they lack tribal knowledge, business context that grounds the data in the activities of the business. As such, there's no platform today that makes this AI to data retrieval reliable enough for production use cases. In fact, the true opportunity lies within structured data. Everybody is chasing unstructured data, documents, emails, PDFs, but the physical economy, which consists of manufacturing, logistics, and transportation, runs on structured data in legacy systems. That is a $600 billion problem that nobody is solving. That is where we come in. We are the context layer bridging AI agents to legacy structured data across manufacturing, logistics, and transportation. We've built a novel technology called the context router, a unified solution that learns how an organization thinks about data, in what context the data is being accessed, and systemizes it, allowing AI agents to access data across all the company's data sources with high retrieval accuracy and inbuilt security. There do exist other companies in this market as well, but our unique combination of product features and team expertise allows us to outcompete them. Strictly from a product perspective, some of our competitors are either glorified enterprise search or lack the end-to-end observability and governance across the agent data stack that enterprises need. In the next 5 years, based on a bottoms-up calculation, we aim to capture about $36 million worth of market share in the manufacturing, logistics, and transportation verticals. We aim to sell to both enterprises and MSPs. Selling directly to enterprises allows us to build and work with them in order to specialize in these verticals, leading to faster growth within said vertical. On the other hand, partnering with MSPs as channel partner is also very beneficial for us because these companies already have existing relationships with multiple different enterprises, all of which they service. So selling to these MSPs allows us to leverage this one-to-many relationship to get our product in the hands of customers much faster. We plan to offer both a cloud-hosted as well as an enterprise solution. Based on our conversations with other people, we decided to offer a cheap cloud-hosted version because we realized that without an ease of access to the technology, there's often too much friction for people to come and use this solution. The cloud-hosted platform comes with 2 tiers. Each tier offers additional deployments, higher token usage limits, greater observability through the stack, and more integration with data connectors. Our goal with this business model is to push all of our customers to higher tiers with the eventual goal of ending up at the enterprise tier, which we aim to have as a minimum $50K per year spent. So we're currently working with multiple companies at different stages in our pipeline. For example, we're working with Nomad to build out a fleet of agents powered by our technology to tackle various tasks and workflows in the fuel fleet management space. One of the first agents we're working with them on is a fuel card fraud detection agent, and we're currently in negotiations with Nomad, negotiating terms of with our contract with Nomad, hoping to get it signed by the end of next week. We're also in conversations with other companies like the Canadian Urban Institute to aid in and power their agent-based analytics for transportation and financial data, and also with multi-billion-dollar manufacturers like Technion to surface insights across their global network of factories with low latency and without violating data sovereignty laws in different countries. We're also working with a $500 million investment fund. We've actually built our first agent with them, helping them transform from using ChatGPT-style GPTs to more production-ready agents deployed across GCP. We're currently working with them to transition their operations with a company-wide agentic system that pulls in real-time data from their emails, meeting transcripts, CRMs, etc. All of this is actually possible because of our secret sauce, our team. We're a spin-out out of the systems lab at U of T. The CEO, Brian, is a PhD in computer science, and he's scaled up his past businesses to a lifetime revenue of over $20 million. He's also turned down offers from Meta's AI infra team to come build at VantEdge. I'm Rudy, I'm the CTO. I'm a part-time student in my last semester at U of T, and I'm a builder at heart. I've won at major hackathons across Canada, built products used by thousands of people daily, and fielded offers from multiple YC and A16Z-backed startups. Our third co-founder, Eyal, is a professor and chair of the computer science department at U of T. He's truly a pioneer of the cloud and edge computing field. There's honestly too much to say about him without going over the allotted time, so I'd recommend just searching up his name online. One of his previous startups, Gridcentric, was actually acquired by Google. This is what the upcoming year looks like. We're aiming to raise 1.5 mil this and next month. And as we head on to the end of this month and head into the first couple of weeks of February, our ARR is expected to be 18,000. With the funds we raise, they'll go towards development and GTM and will allow us to work through 4 to 5 different pilots leading up to April, where we aim to land our first large enterprise deal. That is also when we aim to release our full platform, and that is when we expect other enterprises to begin to convert from pilots to proper contracts as our platform becomes a lot more stable. If you want to reach out to us, that's the email and that's the website. Thank you.
Perfect. Thanks very much, Rudy. So we're going to open it up for questions in the chat. If you can use the chat feature to share your question, and we can ask the founder at that point. While we're waiting for people to ask questions, I have a question for you here. Maybe, Rudy, if you can talk a little bit about how you plan on bringing the product to market, a little bit about your commercialization strategy.
Sure. So we're planning on using a sales-led growth strategy, targeting key decision makers within the companies in our verticals. So think of people like VPs, directors, C-suite level individuals. We'll focus on a land and expand model where we'll leverage first founder-led sales, which includes leveraging our personal network to secure warm intros for the first 5 to 10 paid pilots. Once we do that, we'll begin identifying potential customers within our select verticals and using hyper-targeted outreach through cold emails, LinkedIn DMs, etc., to book demos. And once we verify that playbook, we'll hire a couple of account executives to repeat that outbound motion to get more people into our funnel.
Thanks. Another question from the chat here is, what about when companies thinking about the ones that create a ton of value already, like Gemini, Anthropic, and so forth, start creating their own house tech stack? What happens to VantEdge?
Well, the thing about these large companies like Anthropic and Gemini is that their true value add lies in the model and its capabilities. What's interesting about us and what we've picked up from a couple of conversations with other customers as well is that security and privacy is a huge concern for them, which is something that we don't expect these large cloud providers like Anthropic, GCP to be able to do. A lot of these companies have strict requirements and desires around data sovereignty. They don't want their data to be going to the models running in different cloud providers because they don't want other companies to train on their data. With us, we allow these companies to use locally hosted private models that get trained on their data. So we're able to learn how what these different companies' data access patterns are. And that's what's actually a unique part about our product, because with more usage, we're able to figure out what these access patterns are, which makes our product even better when it comes to accessing data. And that's that level of customizability with respect to data access patterns. And stickiness is not something that Anthropic, GCP are able to replicate at scale for all these different companies.
Thanks, Rudy. And then the final question here really quickly, what does your forecast look like in terms of revenue once in market?
Yeah, we expect to close a lot of deals with smaller and larger enterprises once we're able to fully release our platform in April. As you saw in the previous slides, we're aiming to get up to 250K in ARR as we land our first enterprise and scale that up to over $1 million in revenue once we're able to get that repeated playbook up and going.
Thanks very much, Rudy. And that's time. VantEdge's contact information is on the screen. Feel free to reach out to them if you have any further questions. Thanks again, Rudy.
Yeah, thank you.